We're grateful that you've stayed with us. Now let's get into the news. In our first story, more than 400 people have been displaced by the communal ethnic clashes that took place at Nkwanta South weeks ago. Among these are pupils of various school-going ages. These children are asking government to ensure peace prevails so they can return to their studies. OT Regional Correspondent Peter Senu reports.
I don't feel comfortable here because what is happening in Nkwanta is no good. It is affecting my school.
How has that affected your school for the past 2 weeks?
It has affected my school because I'm not going to school nowadays. I want to tell them that they should help in the progress of the school. What is happening in Nkwanta, they should help us so that we can continue our school.
The solemn voice of Bright calling for peace to prevail in Nkwanta. According to these youngsters, their continuous stay in a strange land would deny them the quality education they desire.
For now, I'm praying for God to let something happen so that you can go to school, because some days ahead we are going to write examination and we have not yet learned anything. We changed our school since last week, and just my first day at school they said fight, so we need to run.
There has not been any form of learning for them since they ran for their lives weeks ago. They have for the past days taken refuge with an uncle who feeds them with a very little from his farm produce. They tell JoyNews living in a strange land has been difficult for them, especially access to food. Mabel is one of the Form 3 junior high school students.
Now I'm not having any book to learn and I'm not going to school every day. I'm just in the house, so I just want the government to help us so that we can go back to school and go and learn. That place is very hard because what we eat it's very hard for us to get it. So we are begging from the government to get us something to eat.
They are just not picking up these yellow corns for fun. This would be roasted maybe as a snack and the rest milled for food later in the day. This is what 16 persons would depend on, or maybe less, since this would not suffice. Luckily, these 16 have enough space to accommodate them, but what to rest on and feeding are their immediate challenges. Currently, it is the hard comfort of these palm mats that keep their souls together. Exposure to mosquitoes and resultant contraction of malaria is rife as the rooms are without ceiling. They want support to enable them survive in a strange land.
Ntokobi si Nkwanta na yesore ba ha nti babi ebeda kura de ebedi kura ye ni bi nti yesore ba ha dum yesra ban so betimi abo ayede.
We have been here for 2 weeks now due to the conflict at Nkwanta. Feeding and accommodation have been a major challenge for us. We would appreciate any support from government. We are currently staying with my brother. He did not anticipate our coming, so we are managing the little he brings from the farm. Sometimes we follow other people to their farms in order to get food to eat. I am even convalescing, and today, what to eat is a challenge. For another set of 16 taking refuge in a church premises, the concerns are almost the same, except for this junior high school graduate, a champion, who does not know his fate, as the very little he could gather for entrance into a senior high school has been left at Nkwanta without care.
I've bought some of my things at home, like my chobos, my mattresses. They are all at home. I didn't even lock my room before coming here, and they are all there. I don't know whether they are safe or not, and I'm here. So I'm just thinking. I've prepared some, but here I am. I don't know where they are. I left all my things. They have to prepare. See, my parents, they are all here with me, and my father too. He's not here. When I'm calling him now, I don't get him. So I don't know how I will do and go to school now. I'm just here.
Now, the deplorable nature of the Tamale Bolinga Road in the Wa East district of the Upper West region is impeding quality healthcare delivery in that area. This has forced commuters to resort to tricycles and motorbikes as the usual means of transport. The people want the road fixed to ease their plight. Rafiq Salam took a trip to Tuasa and bumped into a pregnant woman who fell off her motorbike.
Despite the claim of the Wa'is district being one of the breadbaskets of the Upper West region, having access to its communities and the farms is a Herculean task. It is even worse, especially during the rainy season, as more communities are cut off from the other. The few communities that one can have access to is not one for the faint-hearted. The Tuasa community is some 4 kilometers away from Bolinga, which lies on the main road from Wa heading to the Kulun Bridge. The road is muddy, bumpy, and replete with corrugations, making it difficult for road users to ply it. They sometimes got stuck and has to be manually pushed out.
So you can see how the place is. You can see they have to put some of the tricycle to move around the area because it's muddy and vehicles and also tricycles are getting stuck in the area, and as a result of that, they have to at least get some people to push them out of this muddy, somehow looking like a rice muddy pitch.
Bright Kwafo hails from Accra, but was posted to the Tuasa Basic School as a teacher. He told me the struggles he makes flying on the muddy road.
I'm just smiling because when it rains here, this particular area, it's difficult to ride through, and especially when you're carrying people, like there's no way. So mostly when it rains, it's better we stay in our community till we get sunshine for some time before we can move. But apart from that, when it rains, you can't move. Like it's impossible.
Tell me your experience. How are you able to play through this muddy rice pit?
Sometimes you just have to reduce your gear and use your 2 legs to support yourself in the mud until you get to a very good grounds. Apart from that, if you try to do any other means, you will fall down. So you have to just reduce your gear, probably just off the engine and use your 2 legs and walk in the mud and push your motor. And then when you get to a good place, you continue riding.
Are there times that you fell on the way?
Several times, like almost every day. The last time I had to remove my mud guard because the mud got stuck. My tires couldn't roll, so I have to just spoil it and then before I was able to move. And as for the falling, it's like everyday thing. You always fall down.
So what appeal do you have for the government and authorities?
We'll be so happy if the government can actually come and work on this road for us, because it's bad and it's making transportation very difficult for us. Even when you farm and you want to take your goods to work, you can't. And sometimes you have to just keep the things in the village and some will get rotten and you just have to sell some at a very cheap price, and it's very, very, very difficult for us.
I was posted to the Tuasa Basic School as a teacher. He told me the struggles he makes plying on the muddy road. Another is this heavily pregnant woman who fell off a few minutes ago from the motorbike riding with her husband to Bolinga for antenatal service. The road is no good. We tried to negotiate a curve and we fell off. I've even sustained some bruises in my knees, Salah attempted to show me. This is the second time Salah Awisa fell off from the motorbike on the road since she became pregnant. She has fears for her life and the unborn baby. Her husband is equally worried about the poor nature of the road. There's no road, there's only water that has spread across, making it muddy. We will not have fallen off. Awisa positive.
Now, the Vice-Chancellor of the Cape Coast Technical University, Professor Kweku Eyimbwache, is promising an inclusive, transformative and open administration that would position the university among great universities across the globe. Speaking at his investiture, Professor Kweku Eyimbwache indicated he was keen on building on the successes chalked by his predecessors to position the university as an excellent hub in renewable energy. There's more in this report.
With CCTU's 2021 to 2025 strategic plan, we have instituted strategies to 1. Recognize our students as our primary clients and subsequently create an environment that delivers the optimum lifelong experience for them.
Professor Kweku Eyimbwache assuring the Cape Coast Technical University community of his plans to deepen the relationship between the university and industry.
To this end, I want to recognize and place on record the effort of the EDA group in donating a model smart classroom for us. We plan to institutionalize income generation from our numerous potential revenue sources, such as our mechanical and auto workshops, catering, greenhouse, grant writing, to mention a few. We also plan to build capacity of our teaching staff to adopt not only contemporary and relevant instructional technologies, but also being recognized as respected global scholars. We also plan to deepen the professionalism of our administrative cadre to adopt a more corporate mindset. We plan also to undertake major infrastructural and equipment drive next year. We will also rigorously pursue our niche area to position CCTU as a center of excellence in renewable energy and its related technologies.
He is confident that with the right approaches, a serene environment will be created to produce international scholars from the university.
Environment and supporting my administration to realize our strategic goals. And I pledge an open, inclusive, transformative, and dedicated stewardship, which will provide the right leadership to steer CCTU to the next level of greatness.
Chairman of the Governing Council of the University, Professor Amonu Kofi, charged the new VC to lift the university from its current state to a new state that would be admired by many.
You should know that the expectations are high, and therefore it behoves you not only to continue the good work done by your predecessors, but also to move the university to even higher levels than it has ever attained.
Now, President of the Garden City University College, Professor Emeritus Anthony Apeke Adimado, is asking government to put private universities on the GET Fund. Speaking at the 15th congregation of the University College, Professor Adimado was optimistic it would lessen many infrastructural and academic difficulties faced by private universities. He's also appealing to government to fix the airport roundabout Kenyase-Antwa stretch.
To help actualize the University College's vision, Professor Adimado also appealed to corporate bodies and individuals for assistance.
Sponsorship of students for degree programs in the university. By the way, we have degree programs with very low tuition fees. Partnership of individuals, corporate bodies, and organizations in various areas. Institution of prizes and awards for outstanding students and staff. Provision of student hostels under build, operate, and transfer agreement or in equitable partnership. We will immortalize those who endow infrastructure or facilities on campus by naming blocks or buildings they donate after them or nominated family members. Clarion call to government. We would humbly request that the rehabilitation of the road from the airport roundabout through Kenyase to Antwa be given a very urgent, serious attention. I think I'm singing the same song for Merima. It is also our fervent prayer that the private universities in Ghana would also be beneficiaries of the GET Fund.
The 15th congregation saw the graduation of 1,711 students with various diplomas and degrees. Professor Adimado hinted of plans to introduce undergraduate programs in agribusiness, ophthalmic dispensing technology, and 6-year Doctor of Optometry. Postgraduate programs such as midwifery, nursing, cybersecurity, and agribusiness management are also in the plan. Founder of GCUC, Mr. Albert Akwa, said the University College will extensively turn its attention on the Sustainable Development Goals. The special guest of honor, Professor Nana Noche, Director, Division of Global Health at Brunel University, urged the graduates to give back to society.
Give back your time, talent, and treasure. Give back your experience, insights, and feedback. And give back your support, encouragement, and gratitude. Give back to empower the future of the University College to benefit the broader society. The University College has empowered your past and present. You can influence your future and the future of the college. Together we can influence the future of the world.
Reporter for JoyNews, Kwesi Deborah.
Now, the District Chief Executive of Ofinso North, Albert Sefa Bouabon, says his assembly is committed to adopting new and modern channels in making the agricultural sector lucrative and appealing to the youth. He spoke at the district's 39th Farmers' Day celebrations, where 65-year-old Elder Adom Frimpong was adjudged the district best farmer. Here's Anasabit's report.
It was a moment of joy and smiles for the hundreds of farmers here in the Ofinso North District as they gather here in Seseku to celebrate gallant farmers across the area as part of the 39th National Farmers' Day celebrations. The rousing response, followed by the loud cheers from the crowd, exhibits the very reason why the Farmers' Day was instituted some 39 years ago: to celebrate, honor, motivate, as well as show appreciation of the role and contributions of farmers to national development. District Chief Executive Albert Sefa Bwampon, who expressed contentment at the celebrations, says the observation of the day will go a long way to challenge other farmers to do more.
Today is a very significant day in the calendar of Ofinso North. Ofinso North is generally an agrarian district. And for us to observe this Farmers' Day and award our gallant farmers is a big thing for us. People here are very industrious. People in Ofinso North are very industrious, and they always want to do the farming, as we all know. And today is very great, and everybody is happy for all the prices given to the various farmers. It has challenged the other farmers to also aspire higher.
He further noted that the Assembly is instituting new measures where provisions are made to encourage more youth into the agri sector, a move, he said, will create employment in the area.
We are moving throughout the various towns to solicit and encourage the youth so that they come and do various plantations, do vegetable farming in those acquired land we are getting from the chiefs. It's going to increase income, it's going to create employment for the youth, and I want to encourage the youth of Ofinso North to be part of this plantation and agenda the government is bringing to the district.
Member of Parliament for the area, who doubles as the Deputy Minister for Local Government, Collins Augustine Nitim, recounts how he took a bold decision of supporting farmers with different kinds of seedlings as part of a bigger plan of supporting over 20,000 farmers in the Ofinso North constituency within a period of 10 years.
Growing up in this community, Ofinso North used to be one of the richest districts in terms of cocoa production. But the advent of the 1983 bushfires came, wiped everything. And ever since, the people became impoverished. So in 2005, when I became a chief executive, I realized that I needed to bring back that cocoa industry. So I started the seedlings, Indeed, we programmed to support 20,000 people in 10 years, to cultivate about 200,000. And the level of acceptance was amazing.
In our next story, the Namibian Deputy Minister of Information, Communication and Technology, Emma Theophilus, has called on the African youth to lead the continent's economic emancipation agenda. She's entreating them to train in politics and entrepreneurship, institutions she identified as having distinctive roles to play in achieving that agenda. She's been speaking at the second Volta Young Entrepreneurs Summit in Ho.
Second Volta Young Entrepreneurs Summit forms part of the Volta Trade and Investment Fair. It is targeted at providing a platform to nurture young people in entrepreneurship and enable them to network with their peers and role models. Seasoned entrepreneurs were paneled to share insights with the patrons. The Chief Executive Officer of Caveman Watches, Anthony Jamepe, entreated the youth to focus on industrializing their specialty.
But I don't believe everybody should try to be an entrepreneur. There's a lot of other things that we can do or other ways of finding fulfillment, provided the fulfillment can come back to help our community. There's this whole debate about whether entrepreneurship is for everybody or not. Maybe it's going on. But I do believe that everybody has an ability. What is very important for us to find a way to industrialize everybody's talent. You don't have to become an entrepreneur. We all have something we are good at. The challenge is for people to find a way to industrialize what they are good at.
The Volta Regional Minister, Dr. Archibald Lecha, shared a practical example of what worked for him when he resigned from the health service to start his business empire.
But we started with a staff of 8. Now we are more than 300. So you start small, and by the grace of God and by hard work and integrity, it will grow. So, and one of the establishments that came out of a small thing is where you are having the meeting this morning. And we didn't know that it will happen, but it has happened over the years. And so we want to encourage you that the sky is the limit. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter which school you've attended. It doesn't matter whether your parents were educated or not. It doesn't matter whether you are the first graduate from your village.
The Namibian Deputy Minister of Information, Communication and Technology, Matthew Flo, underscored the role of politicians and entrepreneurs in Africa's economic emancipation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that AfCFTA is a revolutionary tool. I do believe that although Africa is politically free, it means nothing if the economy does not work for Africans, is not by Africans, is not for Africans. It's not beneficial to any of us. Therefore, for a young continent like ours, yes, we need young entrepreneurs to ensure that they carry the economies of our countries, but we also need young thought leaders to ensure that that economic emancipation does happen. Is it going to be easy for any of us, young politicians, young entrepreneurs? No. Proper mentorship, truly mentorship to say that I'm going, as a seasoned entrepreneur and businessman in your community, I'm going to hold the hand of 2 or 3 young entrepreneurs and I'm going to walk them through the ropes. So there is an important nexus we must see between politics and entrepreneurship for us to realize the gain that we need to economically emancipate the African continent. So definitely the one needs the other.
All speakers urged the youth to harness the potential of the African continent to become entrepreneurs to liberate themselves from poverty. Fred Kwame Asari, JoyNews. Ho.
And that is how we cap off the news. But stay with us. Up next, the news review. We'll be right back.